Good morning from Robin Falls, Northern Territory. We're up near Litchfield.
Camped in a beautiful free camp right beside the creek.
Yeah, I don't know what creek it is, but it's the Robin Falls are up there. But this place is just, magnificent. We come across this 10 years ago. There was no one out here then. There's a few people now, but it's just a really good free camp. It's close to Darwin. I suppose, what are we, about an hour out of Darwin?
Yeah, about 100 k's.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. There's one area where it's good for vans. You get, we get our 20-foot van in here, no worries. So yeah, it's well worth it. But so we've had a few questions about the van and what prep we do for dirt roads and off-road work and things like that. So we thought we would just do a quick video just to show you what we do and how we go about it. So I shall go for a walk around the van. Come in, Trace. Okay, there you go. Start at the front. This Stone Stomper, one of the best investments out. This is an Aussie made product. The guy's in Adelaide, easy to deal with. He's a nice bloke. This has been on our last two vans. I just adjust it to suit, put the mounts on the van to suit the length of it. All it does is it stops the stones bouncing up, hitting the van and bouncing back at the car or whatever. It just keeps everything down. And you notice on a lot of our videos you get a bit of dust that sort of comes up over it here, but all the stones seem to stay underneath. So yeah, it works well. While we're here, I'll show you this. This is just our gas bottles. So we just have my water filter and hoses and stuff in there. Just stuff that we don't really use very often. It's just a good spot to store them if they're out of the way. And yeah. In the front boot, Tracy, I got a box of spares, a few bits and pieces or whatever, a bucket just to give the van a wash, got a sponge and things in it. This tub just has, chocks and hose fittings and stuff in it, our ramps and leads and stuff, like, it's fairly organised. That's our diesel tank for our diesel heater. So back in the States down south, you need it because it's freezing cold of a night or whatever. And we found, our last van, it sat out the front here, and it used to actually, in the 0 degrees of a night or whatever, the fuel in it would solidify and the heater would stop. So we thought, this time we've put it in the boot and it doesn't seem to happen. It seems to be really good. So spare diesel we carry when we're off road,
just in case.
This is grouse. This is just a ladder, yes, but when I'm doing my anti-flaps up here, I can't reach to do them up. I need a ladder. Plus then when we're sitting around of an afternoon or something, perfect for sitting your drinks on. We use as a bit of a coffee table, and it just worked really well. It's something that we didn't plan. I just bought it because I couldn't reach, and then use it all the time now. So in here, not really dirt road related, but people tell you that you can't get Webbers in these boots, which I'll just show you how I do it. So this is a middle size Webber. I've got fishing rods and stuff that just go in the side there. But this is the middle size Webber. Yes, it's a bit tight, but they go in and out. There's a spider on top. Let's get in while we can. Get out. And then, so you can see how the legs just slide into those couple of U's in there, and it never moves. It just sits there. So anyway, just thought I'd show you, because a lot of people take their Webbers apart and things like that to get them in, but you don't need to. Yes, it's a bit tight, but it doesn't damage anything pushing in and out. And I've got a cover on mine too. Like, if you didn't have a cover on, it'd probably be a lot better. But I've got muck mat cover there, lock for when the Webber's out in a caravan park or something to stop the thieves, fishing rods, things like that. That's my flag. I just run like a SAM flag set up with an Aussie flag on top because I love my Aussie flag. Usually goes on the van. Shut that. show you this mud flap underneath here. So I've got a mud flap there that just, I'll put it on just to stop any stones that are bouncing through underneath. It just sort of settles them and puts them back on the ground instead of smacking all the water tanks or whatever. They've got those covers over them, but it's still not going to protect them. It's just a little bit of aluminium. So yeah, and I'll put these ones on as well here, just to cover the grease nipples. Just protects the grease nipples and things. Okay. I tend to like to re-grease things fairly often, things like that. So on dirt roads, I'll run the caravan tyre pressures down. I had been running them at 30, but talking to a few people, I think next bit of dirt road we do, I'll drop them down to about 25. It takes a bit of the impact, and it's just a lot easier on everything in the van, so I'll do that. Oh, this is my multi-purpose mat. Now, what do you call it? A muck mat.
It's a muck mat.
But every time I've got to get on the ground or lay under the van, man, it's great. So I'll put these on as well, just to protect, you know, the step and all. It just keeps the rocks down a bit. Yeah, they seem to work well. This here, there's contact in there, so I just unscrew this, put a bit of contact that you used to put on your school books over the hole, screw the vent back on, and that just stops any dust coming into the van. You can see, like, we've done a lot of dust work, and you can see a little bit comes in around these, but the actual door is clean. Like, it does really well. Only thing is, when we're using gas, the odd occasion we use gas, we just got to make sure we've got the door open, and then we'll turn the gas off and things like that. So you'll notice we don't actually put our legs down very often. If we're just pulled up for the night, we just leave it connected to the car and don't worry about legs. This is another thing we've had on the last couple of vans. Just, I put crap water in it, so if it was empty I could fill it up out of the river, things like that. All you do, wash your hands, or, you know, you crack an egg on the barbie, you got a bit of egg on, you just come over and wash your hands. It's just so convenient. A bit of soap there if you need it, I usually put out. As you can see, my towel probably needs a tub. We've done a bit of dirt lately, so, but just convenient. And, you know, I can hook a hose onto it to fill it up, or I can just tip it in the top. This is a rubbish bag. I do use it as a rubbish bag occasionally, but at the moment it's got a bit of firewood in it, things like that. But out in the red dust, like, as soon as you touch it, you end up red, so I'm not going to show you what's in it. Yeah. This is my fire pit. It's a 9 kilo gas bottle cut down. My Bidgie, which you've probably seen else in other videos or whatever, barbecue, sits on top of it to cook on, things like that. Yeah, it's just convenient, and you just put a 9 kilo holder on the back of the van and it's out of the way. I don't have to worry. And if I'm somewhere where I want to catch the ash, I just put that underneath it, so any ash that comes out these breather holes or whatever just drops into that, and you don't leave any mess, which is really good.
And that tray actually came out of our oven.
Yes, yeah. But the other thing you can do, like, obviously I whack the tray in the front boot. If we've got rubbish and we've been out for a few days, or you know, you're going to spend a couple of weeks off road or whatever, and you've got to take your rubbish with you, I can put bags of rubbish in there and just put this hockey strap over it, and it sits there. You don't have to worry about it. And cans, things like that, if they're leaking or whatever, it doesn't matter, because, you know, it's a fire pit, like, it's going to get burnt off next time you use it anyway. So yeah, it works well, and it's another storage spot sort of thing. You know, let me give us a look at that. I'll show you we do a little bit of preparation in this sort of stuff. It's just pool noodle over the pipes. You probably can't really see it. They've already got this plastic sheathing over them. Bit of pool noodle just helps out, bounces any rocks off. They don't actually look like they've had much on them yet, but yeah, we just, little things, you know, try and stop the rocks from breaking pipes and all. It's going to be your best friend, really. Moving forward, yeah, like I said, the tyres, I drop the pressure, and then under here, which you won't be able to see, but I run a tap on each tank. It's just a little irrigation type tap, but I can seal the front tank or the back tank, and yeah, I can have the back tank shut, run off the front tank, which is what I do most of the time. Just gives you that option of keeping one tank separate. Plus, the other problem is if you get a stone or something that smashes your tank, when they're connected together, all of a sudden you lose your whole lot of water. Whereas with mine, if I get a stone in the front one, which I empty first, and it breaks a fitting or something, it'll only drain that one, it won't drain the back one. So just a little bit of security. And we have had I think it was out on Jarvis Station, out near on the Plenty Highway, we had a rock hit one of our fittings, broke it, and we lost about half a tank of water. Luckily I had taps on it, so we were right. But yeah, little things like this is another good product I use a bit. Obviously put a cover on it to protect it. I never did that. I had one for 21 years on our old vans. It just looked a bit worse for wear. So this one, I bought a new one with this van. It's a TrailerMate. It's basically a jockey wheel, hydraulic. I leave it on there. I've just got an hockey strap that holds it up so it can't fall down or anything like that. Yeah, keep it covered. And it, I sort of think if I look after it, hopefully it'll look after me. So, but yeah, that's been a good product. I mean, I think I rebuilt the last one maybe once, just put a new seal in it, and it went for 21 years, so you know, you can't complain about that. With the charging, so I mean, I run an Anderson plug on the back of the car. Oh, you can see it down through there. I don't have it connected, see, it's just there. So this bit here, I don't connect it. I don't need to. On the odd occasion that I do need power in the van, I can connect it and it runs full time off the car. You don't need the ignition on or anything like that. It just runs the DC to DC charger. No, at the moment there's no amps going in, but we've got 450 watt of solar and a 200 amp hour lithium battery. So the solar always keeps the batteries topped up. Generally up north here it does. If I get into trouble, I can always plug that in and it'll boost it up without having to run the car. So it works well. As soon as you plug into a caravan park somewhere, on the very rare occasion that we do, it pumps 40 amps into the battery anyway. And yeah, but our batteries sit at about, well, they're usually 100% as the sun goes down, and the morning when the sun comes up, it's probably at about 80 to 85% still. We don't seem to use much. It's only the 12 volt fridge that draws off the battery. Lights, things like that don't use much at all. So yeah, but the whole system works well. We've got this scupper vent up here, is another key ingredient in the dust. So it puts a bit of air back into the van as you're driving along, and it just pushes air out all those little holes that would normally draw a bit of dust in. So it works well with the fridge blocked. I mean, we get a little bit in around the bottom of the fridge, but not much at all. It works really well. I would recommend them. A lot of people don't use them. A lot of people think they're rubbish. I looked at a system that draws air in, I don't know what it was called, but it was going to cost me a couple of $1,000 bucks. And I just thought, you know what, I've always had these have always worked, so I just stuck with it, and it seems to do it right, yeah. So I've got a generator sitting in here as well. I don't know whether it's warranted that you bring it with you. We don't use it very often, but I suppose if I'm in a situation, we did sitting down on the Gregory River for a week. We did a load of washing. We just tipped the water into the machine out of the river and got the Jenny out, run the washing machine. That was good. We probably didn't need to really, but it was good to have that option. Yeah, so that's about it for the caravan. I mean, it's all about thinking about where the rocks are going to hit the van underneath and how to just get them to sit back on the ground, really. So, that's about all I can say about our setup. If anyone's got any questions, just send me a message. Yeah, I'll do one once I give the car a wash, because it's filthy inside and out, once I give the car a wash, I'll give you a run around of the car, and there's just bits and pieces I've done to the car that make life a lot easier for us. Little bits and pieces, but it all makes a big difference. So. Alright, and the other thing is inside of the van, well, I mean, once Tracy's given it all a bit of a clean, maybe we'll do that, eh?
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, no worries. Well, thanks for your time. Yeah, if you got, like I said, if you got any questions, just shoot us a message or whatever, and yeah, we shall answer away. Cheers, guys.